What's going on, y'all? Brandon Brownson here with two.
Oh, we started.
Alright, take three. Action!
I'm the only professional here.
What's going on, y'all? Brandon Brownson here, and I have two very special guests with me. I am here at IWE Imperial Wrestling Entertainment, and to my right we have IWE wrestler Stuntman Mike. To my left we have one half of the MWO Tag Team Champions.
Not MWO.
MWO, Michigan Wrestling Organization.
It's not for life, it's for until we lose them. But that's not anytime soon. So.
And also IWE professional wrestler and promoter, gentleman John Campbell.
Let me stop you there. I'm not exactly the promoter. The way we like to run IWE is we like to run it almost like a committee. You know, it's not, hey, what we say goes. It's like, hey, what do you think about this? He's also a big hand in that too. It's not just me, it's not just one person, it's everybody as a group effort. In fact, if you want to turn that camera, you can see it's a group effort because we're still setting up the ring as we're doing this.
So is it safe to call you the founder, or what fancy title do I give you, gentlemen?
Just call me John.
Alright, John it is. Well, we got Stuntman Mike and fucking John here.
But not fucking John. This isn't PG.
And this is on my channel.
Okay.
I'll produce a censored version for you to share with the interweb zones.
Oh, that's cool.
Does that mean you have a date after this?
Us?
I mean, I might. I don't know. We'll see how the night goes.
I mean, if he wants to buy me dinner, that's cool.
You never know. We'll see how the night goes. So, obviously, we're at a professional wrestling show. Let's ask some questions about professional wrestling. First of all, how did both of you become interested in pro wrestling? Are you lifelong fans? Is this more of a recent deal?
I'll let Stuntman Mike answer that one first.
Well, I've been a fan since I was a little kid. I'm going to date myself here. I was actually there at WrestleMania 3.
Oh, wow, really?
Slammed Andre. Yep.
That's amazing.
I wasn't exactly a teenager, so I'm not that old, but I was there.
Yeah, he's older than he looks, ladies and gentlemen. But that's a testament to him because, you know, he's like the IWE's version of Diamond Dallas Page. You know, he's proved that, like, you know, it's never too late to start living your dreams kind of thing. So.
And my favorite wrestlers have been gimmick-based, basically.
Me, right?
No.
Someone's got their phone on the side.
Maybe one of my favorite current wrestlers.
Current wrestlers, okay. I can live with that.
All right, gentleman John, how did you become interested in...
Well, he was going to tell you a list of his favorite wrestlers.
Oh, my apologies.
That might be another question. Go ahead.
Is that a question?
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then
We can kill two birds with one stone. It's whatever.
No, we'll come back to it.
We can fix all this in editing.
I've always been a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Growing up, I wasn't exactly the most well-liked kid, and, you know, I used professional wrestling as my escape. I was never a big comic book guy, superhero guy, because to me, professional wrestlers were like real-life versions of that. It's like, you know, I can watch a cartoon of, you know, say Superman, you know, doing all these things, or I can flip on, you know, USA Network on Saturday morning and watch Hulk Hogan in real life, you know, do all these extraordinary things too. So I use that as an escape. And it just kind of grew into something that I liked, to something that I wanted to do, to something that I actually needed to do. And it was one of those things everybody always told me, you can't do it, you can't do it, you can't do it. And I kind of lived my life trying to prove people wrong.
Right.
So that's kind of how all of this kind of came about.
Right on. And Mike already mentioned it, but the next question on the list who were some of your favorite professional wrestlers growing up? Both of you already mentioned Hogan. Does he make the list, brother?
For me, absolutely. I was a big fan. I was more of a fan of the people with the over-the-top personalities and the over-the-top characters, as opposed to, you know, say the guys who were technically sound in the ring, but they couldn't, you know, engage the audience. I mean, don't get me wrong, you know, I love guys like Bret Hart who were technically sound, but they could also engage the audience. You know, it was guys that, you know, could make the people in the upper, most farthest reach of the arena feel like they were a part of the match if they were even sitting front row. It was somebody who could make everybody in the audience a part of what was going on. Those were all the people that I looked up to. So like Hogan, Ric Flair was great at doing that. Bret Hart, for a long time, Bret Hart was my hero as a kid, so guys like that.
Stuntman?
Well, Hogan's obviously in there, just mainly because he was a merchandising genius. That guy was something else when it came to being a businessman. But my wrestler-wise, my favorite was always the $1 Million Man.
Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, that guy could work the crowd and make them do whatever he wanted. I mean, that's what I like. I mean, if you can get up there and cause emotion and make people believe what's happening, that's what this is more about. I'd rather see him than a Dean Malenko any day.
Nothing against Dean Malenko. If you're watching, Dean Malenko's great.
Great. Dean Malenko's going to leave a comment now. You fucking asshole.
You're never getting a job now.
Well, I actually met him. He was a nice guy.
Oh, yeah?
At Great Lakes Crossing.
Dean Malenko. Did you ever notice that Dean Malenko and the killer from Slumber Party Massacre Part 1, they could be like twins?
I never saw that. But
yeah, like you put a
I might have
picture
to watch
outside.
that
So like the whole time I'm watching Slumber Party Massacre, I'm like, holy shit, Dean Malenko's on a killing spree.
So here's a plug. Everybody see Dean Malenko in some
Slumber Party Massacre Part 1.
Yeah.
Part 2, they're not the same guy.
But Part 2 is, I actually like that
Part
movie
2 is better, yes.
So watch that one too.
Oh man, obscure horror references. I love it.
Yes.
So obviously we're here at a wrestling event where the both of you are going to be competing. Both in the main event, yeah?
Nope.
Oh, well fuck, what do I know?
Nope. The main event tonight is actually Jack Price versus Brother Will Vendetta for the IWE World Heavyweight title.
But you're both in the 6-man, right?
No.
Fuck.
That got
I do my research before I do these videos.
It was a 6-man, but we found out at the 11th hour a participant couldn't make it, so that has been changed. And I'm not going to spoil it for you. You're just going to have to watch and find out.
Well, fantastic.
We got a new tag partner.
Yes.
They're fucked.
I have a question for you now.
All right.
Now I know your nickname is the Pole. Well, it's actually 2-part. One, where did that come from? And 2, is it Bronson, like Charlie Bronson, like I'm going to shoot people, or Brown Son?
Well, I'll answer the second one first. It is brown as in the color and sun as
Brown
in that thing
sun.
that my dad walked out on.
Oh no!
Love you, Pop. But the Pope, so that came so for a long time, like I'm one of the go-to people for my friends to go to if they have like a question about a meme or something, because I don't have much of a life. I spend a lot of time on the internet, and eventually, like, this whole gimmick joke thing got started of me being, like, the Pope of the internet because I'm the be-all, end-all. And eventually I'm like, you know what, Pope Brandon Brownson, I like the ring of that. I'm going to put it on my Facebook. And thankfully it caught on because that's an awesome nickname.
That's an awesome. There you go. You need a hat, though.
I do have a hat. It's my friends Austin and Nicole.
And why don't you need to start wearing the hat in your videos?
I do. It's I already have like a few Pope in the internet videos up, and it's like this rainbow hat that looks like a squid, like with the tentacles coming down and everything. It's the goofiest thing in the fucking world. I adore that hat. I named it Chico. We're friends. Anyway.
See, I name inanimate objects too, but people just think I'm weird.
Oh no, of course you're in good hands, here, brother.
My ring is named Betsy.
Oh, Betsy.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to be inside Betsy.
Yeah, a lot of men have been in Betsy.
But going where I was going with that, obviously pro wrestlers obviously at some point had to go through training, and Stuntman, especially since you got started a little later in your life, my next question was, how did you guys become involved in the wacky world of pro wrestling? Training, all of that fun stuff.
I met him, and we talked. We found out we both liked wrestling.
Okay.
We had a rapport going, and then he's like, "Hey, why don't you come to camp?" I was like, "No, I'm too old." He's like, "No, why don't you come to camp?" And he kept pestering. I finally went, And literally, I paid to get the living hell beat out of me for like 2 hours. Now, that, whatever, you gotta pay your dues.
Right.
Although, people after me didn't get that kind of treatment. I think they just wanted to see if I'd stick around because I was older. They thought
Fair
they
enough.
could break me, but I'm still here.
Yeah, and he's okay.
Yeah.
Cheap segues, cheap. Now, I was listening to a podcast that you had done recently with
him!
Oh shit, that's the guy?
Yeah!
Hi, I
Put
promise
the camera on him!
I promise I didn't steal any of your questions. Okay, maybe 2.
We're on the same team.
But I remember in the podcast that you had done, there was a little bit of a humorous story behind how you got the name Stuntman Mike. Would you gentlemen care to elaborate on that?
Yeah. In training, when you're taking your various bumps and falls, one of them, you do a flip, you land on your back. He could never get it right to start off. It always looked like the big blockbuster movie where the building explodes and the guy shoots out and does like the tuck and roll. And I'm like, dude, you're in the wrong profession. You need to be like a Hollywood stuntman. And it's like, oh, hey, stuntman. There you go.
All right.
Nothing to add to
Other than
that.
that.
Although I never got hurt.
Yeah, he
He's
never
okay.
got
It
hurt.
looked like I was dying, but I was fine.
Maybe he's doing it right and we're all doing it wrong.
Right on. Now, obviously, the crowd watching this, some of you probably know who these fine gentlemen are, but I'm assuming that most of you are probably
Hi, all 2
not.
of you.
There might be like 5. Come on, don't sell me short.
Hi,
guys.
negative.
5 that knew who I was.
Hi, -7 people.
Yeah.
They're like, who the hell are who's Brandon interviewing? Who are these idiots?
Who the hell's the fat guy in the middle of the ring?
No, they're saying
You're
that.
probably the only person they know who's in the ring.
Yeah.
You guys are definitely overselling me here. But I was wondering if you guys could elaborate a little more on your careers up to this point. Some of the highlights, shit like that. Just
You said the word moron. Yeah, just I've been very blessed. I've been in a lot of right places at the right time. I've been on some tremendous shows with a lot of big name former WWE guys. He has as well. We've both been blessed enough to be featured in Pro Wrestling Illustrated on like
I did not know that.
Yeah, on a few different write-ups. They wrote every month they have like an independent roundup column. One is called like One to Watch, where they profile different wrestlers. And they did one about me, or I don't know where they got this from. They actually compared me to Jake the Snake Roberts and Ric Flair,
yeah?
which is cool. You know what I mean? And I don't know if they were watching the right John Campbell, but so yeah, very blessed to do that. Stuntman Mike just had a big write-up in the independent roundup, and we're hoping to get some IWE press soon. If you're watching out there.
Yeah.
What the hell is this interview here, chop liver?
And we've been featured on THEBrandonBrownson's YouTube channel.
Which, I mean, let's be real here, folks.
That's the biggest highlight.
It can only go downhill.
Forget wrestling the Road Dogg. Forget wrestling Hacksaw, Jim Duggan, or Al Snow, or all the other big name guys I've wrestled in my career. See those names that I dropped? Maybe I should just pick those up. But being on your show and being on the program podcasts are 2 of the biggest highlights of my career.
Stuntman Mike, anything to add?
I've pretty much been wherever he's gone, I've gone almost, but
Remember when we were on that show with Disco Inferno and we kept saying it was James Dillinger's dad?
it is, isn't it?
They look
I
so
thought it
much
was.
like, look at James Dillinger, and it's just, you look at Disco Inferno, it's like an old version of Disco Inferno.
No, I had some good times. We had shows. I've actually sang karaoke with that Johnny Fairplay guy.
Oh, yeah?
And I worked out with Billy Gunn.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Brother sings country music.
Yeah, he sings country well. He's working
While
out.
he's working out, it's the damnedest thing.
Yeah, so he's a country fan. Yeah, that was my first thing. I came up from downstairs. I'm like,
Now should he be like singing his like theme songs, like I'm an ass man, doing squats and stuff? Like how
all he
cool.
did was walk the treadmill, but he sang the whole time, like literally.
See, I wish I could walk the treadmill and look like Billy Gunn, dude. It's like a house. He chopped me one time in the van for falling asleep. That sucked.
That sounds like it would suck.
Yeah, it did.
So while we're in the process of dropping all these names, I hope someone sweeps the ring before we start the show.
Yeah, we need
brother.
to.
One of the questions, this was supposed to be a little later, but fuck it, editing. I was actually going to ask who some of your favorite opponents were. Who do you think you guys worked the best matches with?
I can definitely say I learned the most from Al Snow, because back before I wrestled him, I was all about like, let's just do a bunch of moves for no reason, and he actually taught me like more. I mean, honestly, more so than my trainer did about how to actually work, how to engage the audience, how sometimes less is more. Him, Hacksaw Jim Duggan definitely, Road Dogg definitely. And then a couple other guys just on the independent scene, like Anarchist Eric Cannon. I had a match with him last year, and I learned a lot from him too. But basically, it's just you learn from anybody you're in the ring with.
Right.
Whether it's like what to do in this situation, what not to do in certain situations. Hey, that worked. Hey, that didn't work. With pro wrestling, it's one of those kind of fine arts that you never stop learning every time you get in the ring.
Right.
Anybody who thinks they know everything, then why continue?
Yeah. Something?
I give you some names. You can see them all tonight too.
Hey!
Cody Lady,
Oh!
the Cartiers. I mean, we always have a good time. We relatively just go out there and have
I
fun.
hate the carving.
Uh,
We're gonna beat them up tonight.
Well, as opponents though, that's why they're easy.
Yeah,
That's why I love wrestling.
They're easy to beat.
They're easy to beat. And
Yeah,
Cody's
hear that?
easy to make fun of because he wears a dress
Yeah, you
like
hear
a
that?
girl.
Uh,
Is that what you were looking for, John? There you go. I figured I'd help you make fun of them.
I mean, I don't often look for men in dresses, but
As a matter of fact, we have to wrestle the Cartiers. I'm just going to give one of them a thigh master, and then they'll be busy with that, and they won't wrestle us.
it's terrible. Terrible match.
So I'm going to be asking... Oh, this is fantastic. So I'm going to be asking you a few questions about IWE and how all of this got started relatively soon. But before we get to that, obviously a lot of people go into professional wrestling with like their dream being a professional wrestler. That's something they wanted to do like their entire lives. So you guys are living a dream. What would you say that the most rewarding thing about being a professional wrestler is?
Making people feel how I felt before I was in the business. When I was just a fan, and I'm still a fan. But making people feel the way I felt as a fan. To me, that's the most rewarding. When you see the same people come back to a show, over and over again because you made them your fan. To me, that's the most rewarding.
Right. Stuntman?
Nothing to add, just the reaction of the fans.
Again, being pro wrestlers, you've gone through, you've paid your dues and stuff. Do you have any advice for someone who is interested in becoming a professional wrestler?
Yes, I have plenty, but for the most sound advice that I could give anyone being a professional wrestler, if you love it, don't give up. Because sometimes pro wrestling sucks. Not so much the stuff that happens in front of the camera, but a lot of times things you don't see behind the scenes. Sometimes it is terrible. I've had awful stuff happen to me. When I first started, I've had people go through my bag, cut up my clothes, piss in my shoes. I had a lot of terrible stuff. What's that?
Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
thanks. I had a lot of terrible stuff happen to me, but I kept coming back just because I loved the wrestling so much. So just don't give up. It's the biggest thing.
And make sure you know your trainer. There's literally a lot of people that will take your money and they don't have a clue what they're doing.
Yeah. In fact,
They will tell you they know what they're doing and just pocket your money and show you a couple of trivial things and get you hurt.
Yeah, that's actually what happened to me before I met the person who actually trained me. Took a bunch of my money, taught me how to bump, taught me how to run the ropes, and then moved.
What a dick.
Yep, what a dick.
Yeah, so whoever you are, you're a dick.
Yeah, dick. So, can you guys tell me a little bit about how IWE got started? I know that you two, obviously, a very big part of what's going on here today. Can you tell us how all of this happened?
Yeah, we were sitting around one day talking about how we absolutely hated that all other professional wrestling companies were the same. It was all the same guys, it was all the same storylines. You couldn't tell one apart from the other. It was matches that didn't have any rhyme or reason other than having matches. And he actually said, well, why don't you fucking do something about it instead of bitching about it? And here we are. And that was it.
Yeah, I'm kind of a jerk sometimes.
So,
Life heals.
So, what has been the biggest challenge of starting up IWE, running IWE? Obviously, I can't imagine it's the easiest thing in the world running a wrestling promotion, or everyone would be doing it.
Honestly, there hasn't really been a lot of problems. A lot less than I thought, anyway.
We're lucky though.
Yeah, we're
lucky because we got a lot of good guys.
Yeah, we have a great
We were
crew
careful.
of people. That's the biggest thing, is we couldn't do it without the people we have. The people we have in this company are here for a reason. But basically, the biggest, it's not really a challenge, it's not really an obstacle. It goes back to me wanting to prove everybody wrong. They were like, you'll never have a wrestling company. Okay, I have one. Oh, your wrestling company is no good because you don't use the people that we say you should use. Well, where's your TV show? Where's your TV show? Where is your big deals?
Right.
Where's all that? Those who can't do criticize, and that's the biggest thing that I've learned from this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're on the better of the podcasts, out of the two that I know of, because the other guy's a complete prick.
You're talking about who I think you are.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck him.
Oh well.
Love you, Sean. Dick.
No, let's not.
I don't care.
No, let's not put him over, because then people are.
They don't know his last name.
Oh. I don't even remember his last name, so I can't name drop. But Sean, if you're watching this, I got something you can suck right here, brother. Douchebag, asshole, what fuck?
Let us know when you get in the ring, and then you can talk.
But so who on the IWE roster do you see really breaking out in 2015?
Jack Price.
Jack Price?
Jack Price.
Answered that one quick.
Jack Price, Will Vendetta. Our announcers are great.
John Campbell.
I do
John
absolutely love your
Campbell.
announcement.
John Campbell's time has come and gone.
No, it hasn't. When did Diamond Dallas Page start?
Jacob Mercury, definitely. But that's the best thing about IWE is not just one person can break out and become a star. Our wrestling show is that. It's a show. Everybody has an important role to play. Everybody is part of it. It's basically it's a wrestling version of Sons of Anarchy.
Right.
Every character has their own thing going on, and you have to tune in next time to see how that character is going to progress. Things just aren't done to do them. Everything has a reason, and everything has a point.
Right.
That's the best part about IWE, if you ask me.
Stuntman, who do you...
Coherency, like you said. There's an actual reason, a rhyme to our reason. It's not just a bunch of matches thrown together. And there's a story.
I have another name to add to that list, Craig Stossel, for sure. And I'm not saying that because he's over there.
I hit him in the face with my helmet once for insulting me.
Yeah, he's...
I'm going to do it again,
He
too.
made jerks sometimes.
So I'm not going to take up a whole lot more of your time. What is next for the future of IWE, Gentleman John Campbell, and Stuntman Mike?
IWE, get as big as we can, expand as much as we can. Keep going with the TV show, because we are a TV show first and foremost. John Campbell, just, keep riding the ride. IWE, MWO, those are my two homes. I don't wrestle anywhere else, because to me, nowhere else matters, really. No offense, just, I got hurt last year, but one company called me to make sure I was okay and kept checking in on me, and that was MWO. So I made a point, it's like, well, all that hard work I used to do for you guys, that obviously meant a lot, right? So, there we go.
And what's next for Stuntman Mike?
Just gonna keep having fun.
Yeah, excellent.
I mean,
Fun-
at my age, it's not like I'm gonna be getting called up to WWE anytime soon, so you're stuck with me.
Now, any cheap plugs you want to throw out? Websites, Twitter accounts? Do you have a MySpace?
I do have a MySpace, you can still access it, but I've been on it in years. ImperialWrestling.tk, Facebook.com/Imperial Wrestling Entertainment, YouTube.com/The Imperial Wrestling, Facebook.com/John Campbell X, Twitter @GJohnCampbell.
Mobile app.
When you go onto the IWE website, you can download our mobile app. It works best with Android, but you can view it on Apple devices. And also you can check out how to add us to your Roku device via the Indie Wrestling channel.
And Stuntman Mike, anywhere that people can follow you?
Twitter @Stuntman Mike Pro.
Right on. Well, now it's time for my plugs. You fucking Jesus, damn Christ! I'm still giving my plugs, damn it! Awesome plugs.
That was tremendous. You're gonna leave that in, right?
You're leaving, so get the fuck out of me.
Heart attack on camera.
So down there in the description, the crotch bar, the doobly-doo, whatever you want to call it, check out all those sexy links. Download my latest album 100% for free. If you got a couple bucks, you can pay for it if you want. If you can't, I fully understand. But hey, if you got a couple bucks, pick up a t-shirt, go to my channel, check out that donations page. Follow me on all the social media sites. Join the Chameleon Couch Productions Facebook fan group. It's lonely in there because the couch surfers aren't there. It's making me sad. Don't fucking bum me out, you dickheads. Follow me on all the social media sites. Check out all those other sexy channels. Check out IWE, Imperial Wrestling Entertainment. I'm going to have all the links down there. They might be down there from now on for all of my videos. We'll see if I remember to put it down there. But hey, most importantly, remember to like, comment, subscribe. The Brandon Brownson, signing out. What's going on, y'all? Oh my god, a bunch of spit flew out my mouth. Let me try that again. That was gross.
I'll take two.
So, let me get the dink out of my mouth and try that again.
Oh, jeez.